Does low English have to mean low pay? Maybe not. I've done a little bit of research and I found a few jobs that may be of interest to you. We're looking at the 5 highest paid jobs in the UK with little or almost no English needed. So, as I said, I've done my research. I had a look online. It was surprising how few sites I found that actually had information on this. There was a lot of information about when you don't need a degree, but with English, much harder, which maybe answers the question a little bit. When I asked AI, it laughed at me. This is what it said. It actually said this. This said, honestly, in the UK, there are almost no truly high paid jobs with zero English needed. Because the higher the salary, the more responsibility, safety rules, customer contact, paperwork, and training. And that usually needs at least basic English, which is fair enough. It's what you would expect to hear. However, there are some jobs where you can get a really good salary with very little English, shall we say. The first one is HGV Lorry Driver, heavy goods vehicle lorry driver, class 1 or class 2. You do need to qualify for this. There's a course that you need to take, a training course, which is not cheap. I know people who have taken this course and it is not cheap. But once you're qualified and you start to get the work, there's a lot of work out there, and you can be earning between 35 and 55,000, maybe more, with overtime or night shifts. So it's pretty well paid once you actually get there, and it's not a highly demanding job if you don't mind being on your own and you're happy to be doing lots of driving, basically. The English needed is low. You do need to be able to read the basic road signs. You're going to have to pass your test, obviously, and you need to follow simple instructions. And you can also be studying English whilst you're in your cabin, whilst you're driving. So that's a possible bonus with this one. Warehouse night shift and overtime as a picker or packer. Again, not massively skilled, but you can earn some good money, between 28 to 40,000, including overtime, and if you're working night shifts. The English is needed is very low. Many places are using scanners as electrical equipment there, which obviously isn't requiring you to be communicating, and there is simple training. But again, there'll be some English required to be able to follow the training, etc. But if you're happy to do night shifts and maybe do long hours, then you can pick up some fairly decent pay. The next one is construction, building site work as a labourer or even as a skilled worker. Very physical work, not for everyone. And in the UK, of course, you may be dealing with some pretty bad weather conditions, but the money is good, between 30 to 60,000, maybe more if you're self-employed or freelance. Pretty low English needed, especially if you're working within a team with other people from your nationality who can speak your language. So that's an option with that one. Factory or production operative, again with shift work. If you're prepared to do the unsociable hours, the money will be better. Otherwise, it's going to be very basic pay, I would imagine, with this one. If you do the shifts, which are less popular, and you do a lot of them, you could be earning between 28 to 38,000. The English is needed is low, although again there is some safety training required. And the fifth one is a cleaning supervisor, specialist cleaning. Now, just to be clear, this is not the regular just house cleaning, office cleaning. I know people who do this and they say the pay can be very low. But this one, if you're prepared to do, for example, deep cleaning teams, end of tenancy teams, industrial cleaning, biohazard trauma cleaning, which is the highest pay, obviously make sure you've got all the correct protective clothing and you're following all the safety procedures. But there is an element of risk in that one, so the pay reflects that. The English needed is low to medium. You may be working alone quite a bit. If you're not, if you're in a team with people who speak your language, then you won't be requiring a lot of English, and you could be earning between 28 to 45,000. Maybe more if you're putting long hours in, and again, if you're doing the more trauma cleaning type stuff. Okay, so those are 5 examples. If you know any others that I've missed out, let me know in the comments. And if you're doing any of these jobs, again, please let me know. I'd be interested to know if you do actually manage to get this kind of money. But the real secret is, if you want high pay with low English, you have to get yourself skilled up, get the skills. All the jobs we've mentioned require some kind of training. So you probably want to be getting a license or certificate, your HGV license for the heavy goods driving with the lorry, forklift license to be driving a forklift truck if you're going to be working in a warehouse environment. The CSCS card is for construction. Make sure that you've done all the correct safety training for this one. That's very important. If you don't and you get caught out, you could be in trouble. So all basic trade training should be followed. Okay, but really, let's be honest, if you live and work in the UK, your English is your future. All the best paid jobs need English. Very few that don't. And if that is the case, you really have to invest in yourself. Make your options as wide as possible. If you're saying, oh, it's difficult, yes it is, it takes a long time, yes it does. My advice to you, I have my course, Fast Track English, which is exactly for people living and working in the UK. All very specific vocabulary to get you learning as fast as possible so you can get yourself into those best jobs quickly. 30 weeks from elementary to advanced. It's not expensive. Have a look at the website. It's on ESOL Online. The address is at the bottom of the page there. That would be my advice to you. In any case, please let me know how you're getting on. If you're working here, are you finding it easy to get such jobs? Are there other jobs I've not mentioned? Let me know. I'd be very interested to know. But anyway, that's it for now. Hope this video is useful for you, and I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye for now.